So, tell us your name.
My name is TAMIKA Wilkins. I have 3 children. My oldest is 16, my middle daughter is 11, and my son is 9. And we came from a bad domestic situation, controlling and mental control. And it took a lot of strength for me to get out of that, because every time the door was open for me to go, I didn't know which way to go, I didn't know how to go. But it took me just this one particular day, enough was enough. I couldn't take it anymore. I was to the point where I didn't want to even be married anymore, to their dad, and all the stuff I had been through and went through, and plus my mental health, what I have in my past, was used against me, that my husband used. So he used a lot of my personal stories that I told him for controlling, to the point where he literally called some of my family members on my mom's side of the family, which I didn't even know about that until later down the line, and that kind of sparked me up, because why would you go around talking to my family of something personal that I told you, when there was something personal that happened to him, but he never had the actual help that he needed for that.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, that was almost it'll be almost a year, about a year.
Yeah, so you've been coming to the meetings with us for about 9 months?
About 9 months now, yes.
Okay.
And we were staying at a room in Marshall, but we ended up coming here to the mission. It wasn't the best place, but we was able to start all over, get things on track, and it was a struggle. I got turned down so many times for housing, and a part of me did almost want to give up, but it was something that was in me that kept pushing me, and it was my children, because I seen their faces, and I seen how they saw how I was struggling, and they had their times and days, but other than that, they were there by my side. I pushed all the way through, to show them that if I can do it, you know what I'm saying, you best believe that you can.
So I think I've heard some good news.
Yes, that I have a house. I have a place now.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
That's so good.
It took a long time to get there, but we are there, and it's not the best place, but it's a roof over our head.
Yeah, so tell me about how you got that. What organization helped you with that?
Well, I went to Urban Alliance, I went to ISK, and I got a little bit of help, but mostly I did the majority of it on my own, by foot. I would get tokens, catch the bus. I filled out a lot of applications from places here. Most of them was like a year or 2, 3 years, however long it was for, to get a place. But for some reason, they ended up having a spot at Five Ridge on Alamobile. It's a 3-bedroom, it's nice. It is real nice. It's infested with roaches and mice, but it's a roof over our head. I clean and keep it clean every night. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But
So did any of the organizations help you with getting that first month's rent, or how have you managed that?
I mostly used my son's SSI because of his disability, and because he gets SSI for his ADHD and his issues. That's how I was able to pay my first month's rent, and just pay the first month's rent. And then after that, I was able to keep paying my rent for September and October. So I've been doing pretty good. Like I said, the organizations, they were supposed to put us in a program that would help, families that are homeless, that need, housing for, until the last child turns 18 years of age. But a lot of the housing in the places that HRI were trying to figure out, it was going downhill, So
Can you say more about what wasn't working there?
it wasn't working as far as You know, some of the places I had too much, would you say, like rental history, and then some of them I didn't have enough rental history, and even, you know, when you're coming from a shelter, then to a room, then to another shelter, to them that's not enough, you know, that's not enough, you know, for like background housing. So, and I really didn't want to use where we stayed at in Albion because they gave us the runaround. I had been there almost 4 years, you know, it was tough. And all kind of stuff, you know, had been going on and stuff like that. But I mostly hooked up with the Asper program to get the experience of what it is to help the community. You know?
Which program? This one.
Yeah, this
the
program.
Ampersee.
The Ampersee program. Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, what have you liked about this? Why did you do this?
Loved the program because it's a lot of enthusiastic things that I have came across.
You have really appreciated
Yes,
the
I
family
have.
and
Family
the relationships.
Yes, and it is, and it's been awesome. Yes, it has helped me with being close to, you know, family life, you know, and having different people, you know different, you know, different things that, you know, that my kids were going through and dealing with. It has been a help, total help. This program is a big help. I wish it was more, you know, people that besides us that can push it out more, so we can get more families. You know what I'm saying?
What is it about this program? Because there's lots of programs. What do you like about the way the Institute is doing this?
It's a help for people to start from scratch. You know what I'm saying? About, you know, housing, you know, being able to start your house from the ground up the way you want to. I mean, they have programs that do that, but for you to be able to start it from the bottom and know how you want it, it's awesome. It's totally awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already imagined in my head when we do break ground how I want my house. So I already got it in my head. I got it. I want it.
You like being able to give some input.
Yes, exactly. And this program has helped me give so much input, so much insight, and just so much of being appreciative and being helpful to me. And I think so much. I wish it was more I could do to give more, you know, to you guys for the program, you know. But it's just the, you know, seeing the outcome of different things that people have talked about, how, you know, how they've started and where they, you know, and where they have begun and where they ended, you know, help having this program.
So when you came into this program, you didn't have housing, and now you do. And so can you say a little bit about how coming to these meetings was part of helping you get there, if it was at all?
It was a big help. You know, being at the mission, you know, you had to be out at a certain time, you know, and then you had to be back by a certain time. You had lunch. It wasn't about having, you know, you got to serve us lunch. It was about having that connection, knowing different people, you know, talking to Mary, talking to Michelle.
Tell me about how important Mary and Michelle have been.
They have been so supportive. It has been awesome. It has been totally awesome. Even with my kids, they have literally, you know, reached out because they feel our pain and they know, you know, different things. And also, you know, I've helped Mary do her, you know, fella teas down at the Bronson Heart. And she had a gold teas. The famous one that a lot of people are wanting now, even though it's real close, is the lavender mint tea that she said. Oh my gosh, we had so many people literally out of those. You know, and then she had the peach, I think it was peach, what was it,
Peach ginger?
Yeah, the peach ginger one. Yeah, that was the other one that we sold out. And then the other ones. Yeah, I can't think of the other ones that she sold. But
So it sounds like you enjoyed being a part of that.
Yes, it was, because it taught me how to get out and how to actually open up, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a private person. But Mary and Michelle has literally taught me how to open up and to be able to feel comfortable to be talking to not just you, but anybody. You know what I'm saying? And when you feel that, it's a beautiful spot to be. Very beautiful spot.
Yeah, because I know, I want to hear about health issues. You've talked openly a little bit about some struggles, both mentally and physically, that you've had. And how did being homeless make all that worse, and is that getting better?
Oh, at the time it was worse because, I wasn't on my right medication. My children were not on their right medication. And we were just coming from like different spots, coming from a shelter to a room to coming to a shelter we knew nothing about. And it was the biggest struggle for all three of us, every day, trying to make it, trying to figure out how we were going to get this done, how we were going to get that done. And it was a long road getting there. There were days where sometimes I just was like, I can't do this. I almost honestly gave up and wanted to, have somebody else take care of the kids. But, my oldest daughter was like, Mom, you're strong. You can do this, and when when your kids tell you that you got the strength to do it, it's like you hear them, but deep down inside it's like it's tearing. You know what I'm saying? It's tearing. Well, it was tearing me apart because, I was looking at, my oldest daughter and my two youngest ones, how, I explained to them the situation we went through. I said I was sorry that they had been through that, and Mom has learned that I need to start putting God and you guys first rather than worrying about anybody else. And this coming here and talking to Mary and talking to Michelle has literally helped me to have a stability in myself, and also having a stability with each one of my children. And it's a stepping stone. I'm not there, but I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
So, but yeah.
TAMIKA, that's so good to hear. Yeah, I'm really glad this has felt like that stability for you.
It really has.
So we're wanting to use this as a chance to tell your story in the community as much as you're willing, and to also give you a chance to tell the community what would help moms with children, people like yourself. What would you like to have happen in the future so that people don't have to struggle as much as you struggle?
Try to get into like a organization that is willing to help you start from the bottom on up. Any kind of organization that is like family, that deals with families, deals with mental health issues, drug issues, whatever, organization you and your family can get into, make sure it's the right stability from their family, and they're willing to help you and your family. You know what I'm saying? And they're willing to help, give you resources to help you with your son or your daughter or anything that needs to be, helped in families, because and I'm just being honest, that's a lot that us as, the Black community, we don't come together as one, you know what I'm saying? And it takes being in other organizations or being around other people to help you with that connection, and that's bad for the Black society. I don't know why, but it's bad like that, And as us being Black and Oriental and dealing with races and it's so much, but you got to be able to have the mindset to like sit down and say, what is it that I want for my family? And that's one of the questions I never forget. One of the staff at the mission told me, because I told her, I said, I was having issues with, some women or whatever. And she was like, you gotta look at it because you're different. And I'm like, different how? I'm like, I had the same thing everybody else had. I have children, I get out here, I do what I gotta do and everything. She was like, no, you're not hearing me. In the spiritual realm, people want what you have. And I'm like, huh? What she talks about? She was like, I'm finna. So she opened up the Bible and she took me to a scripture. And when she read that scripture to me, I literally broke down. Because it was everything that I had been going through, everything that I had been dealing with, and it just was like eye-opener. And I never realized it until one day I just sat there and I could hear God talking to me and saying, people are not going to connect with you because you're different from everybody else. You do things that people don't even know you do. People don't know that you walk back and forth in the middle of the night at the mission in your room, praying, crying and stuff like that. People don't see that. But I see that. I see your pain. I see your trial, your struggles. And because of that, it helped me to go every day and keep pushing. There was days where I did break down. I was like, I'm so done. I can't do this.
So I noticed that you come all the time.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I want to know what is it that makes you get your kids, because it's a lot to get here, I'm sure.
It is. I just, I just tell the kids, hey, we're going to the program. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're talking about building our house and how we want the house. And we're going to discuss about different activities.
Yep.
It's a lot, but I'm learning how to strategize and one day at a time, because I'm a mover. I just be all over the place. But I'm learning, now that I have a calendar, I'm learning how to write things down, making it easier, knowing the days of the meetings, and making sure that I make it and try to
Yes. Well, we love having you, and I'm really glad that you have some help.
so much.